Stand fast. Hold the line. No surrender! To battle!
Hey up, fellas. So, you've probably read the title and you probably really don't care, but this video is obviously going to be discussing the update that came to For Honor, right? The really, really horrible one that I've literally seen no good things about at all. I've seen the odd person who's fairly casual say, like, Warmonger feels good, and I've heard everyone else say this update is fucking awful. Why have they released it in this state? And you're also probably wondering, hang on a minute, haven't they released really shoddy updates for a while now? Why is it now that you're questioning whether to stay or go? Well, I mean, the updates have been poor quality, sure. Like, you had Tyranny, which added the Centurion rework, and it was alright. It was just, there wasn't really a whole lot to it. And then there was other things as well that were fairly similar. Like, Hope. There was no, like, hero, and we didn't know that, and all that, and the new heroes being confirmed to be quite low quality. And I didn't say I want to leave because Warmonger is reused assets. I really don't, and I still don't. It's everything else that's in the update that worries me. It's the fact that they tried to cater to two audiences at the exact same time. Two completely different audiences. Like, if anyone's ever heard me talk about Smash once, you know exactly what I mean. Smash, to me, is catering to two audiences at the same time. It's trying to cater to, like, the casual audience and then the competitive audience, and then it does it, like, the exact same time. So, obviously this is my opinion, and I understand I'm in the minority here, but the game then sort of feels like a half-baked version of both. It doesn't feel like it's trying to do anything, it just feels like it's failed at its goal, and it's just done neither very well. This is the exact same case in this. Why do I want to leave now rather than earlier? Because these updates never made the game objectively worse. It didn't make it unfun to play. The cringy extra story that they added, fine. It's fine. Absolutely fine. Don't mind them adding that. I don't mind them adding extra bits and bobs that are extra. I don't mind the low quality of the content. I don't mind any of that. I do mind when the core combat update is this piss poor, because it actively makes the game worse. What you've done is you've nerfed light damage so hard that you may as well not use it, and you've kept heavy damage pretty much the same. Oh, sorry, you've reduced Centurion's fucking, like, knockdown punish thing by 2 damage. I'm so sorry, you've completed the game, it's fun now, it's good. It's different. I have to relearn every punish. Someone who's played the game for years has to now relearn every punish, because they've randomly just changed all the damage numbers somewhat, like, randomly. They've just mashed on a keyboard. It's just like, yep, this one does 32, this one does 39. I've heard something like all side heavies that are like 800 MS or something do like 38 damage, even though they're not all created equal. Some of them have different frame advantage, some of them have different chains afterwards, some of them have different hyper armor. They're completely different moves. That's like the whole point of the game. Like, the characters have different moves. So if you try and randomly standardize, then suddenly, it doesn't work. The heavy damage numbers are just off, and they're really jarring. Why did they do this and then not change the heavies? Who the fuck knows? Like, I really don't know. What are they trying to do? Are they trying to cater to the new players and trying to, like, nerf light spam a bit because it's just a bit much, and or do they want to, cater to the older players? You saw exactly what I literally just did to that Shikoki. Didn't actually intend for that to happen, but the timing was perfect. On half read, on console, you can literally parry people's lights. It doesn't even matter. Like, you can't even argue with me. You literally can. On half read, if you know it's coming, if you know a light is coming, but you just don't know from what side, you can parry it, like, literally on reaction, or at least could parry it. So there was a problem here, because if I could do that, and I'm far from the best player ever, then anyone can fucking do that shit, right? So changes needed to be made. Fair enough, alright? Though I liked this, like, I really didn't mind. I was like, really, I didn't mind what they wanted to do. If they wanted to speed up lights, sure, whatever. But what this has instead done is it's just made everyone feel like they have 100 ms of ping, plus all the ping that they have now, plus now characters feel like so jarring to look at. I don't know what it is, but it feels like the animation just doesn't sync up right, and it just feels like everyone's just skipping frames. It feels like I have packet loss, even though I'm not even... I'm fighting bots, and it feels like I'm lagging like hell. And, you know, try and do this versus Warmonger. Sorry, Warmommy. There you go. I've referred to her by her actual fucking name. Like, the character has, like, badly ported animations from other characters, and you're expecting me to block that? I can't tell what the fuck she's doing from any of the animations at all, because none of them seem quite right. They're like uncanny valley of just fuckery. I can't tell if it's a light, a zone, or anything else. Like, and I can't tell if I've blocked something, if I've parried something. I can't tell what's going on, because again, it just feels like I'm lagging, even though I'm not. I'm literally versing a bot. Actually, on the topic of bots still just read inputs. They literally still just sort of say, nah, I can read exactly what you're doing, it doesn't matter. So, and on console, this is going to be a big problem, because, like, on console, you're just going to have one level 2 bot that can actually block things, and then everyone else who literally can't do anything, because Bob over there has, like, 70 ping, plus the 100 ping that they've just added to every character now. And boom, he can't block anything, like, at all. Oh, but frame advantage, it doesn't matter about frame advantage when the opponent has, like, a 5-light string simply because they have lag. Like, it really doesn't. Trust me. I like the idea of the frame advantage change. Being someone who's apparently addicted to frame data, like, yeah, sure, the frame advantage change, it makes a lot of sense to me, and I like it. But it doesn't function yet. It literally doesn't function. If you add lag to moves and then people have lag on top of it, it doesn't matter how many things you put in place to make it feel slightly more smooth. I literally cannot block anything. It doesn't matter if I read it or fucking react to it. It really doesn't. I can be blocking in one direction, a light will come from that direction, and it'll literally just phase through it or some bullshit. I don't fucking know. That's what it feels like. So, am I really just being, I don't know, a veteran player that's just, like, just shit? Like, am I being a cunt, basically? Am I basically saying, oh, they shouldn't change anything? No. Far from. Because, honestly, I quite liked the testing ground changes. It took me a little while. I didn't really like them at first, but looking into them, it really does make a lot of sense. Like, yeah, if you get ganked and they know how to gank properly, they literally confirm an entire health bar from a single bash. That's not fair. Like, things like lights, they didn't really hit. You would just block them, unless you were really tense, in which case, yeah, nah, like, you weren't going to block stuff. At least on console, but now, it's just awful. It feels like, again, like everyone's lagging. It feels just so unfinished. The damage numbers are fucking awful. And don't even get me started on what they've done to stamina. Parrying things doesn't exist anymore. You may as well not do it, especially if it's on a heavy. Just don't even try. Just block it. There's literally no point in doing anything. But, like, there's no stamina loss until you throw attacks, and then all of a sudden everyone, like, can't handle swinging a weapon, really. Shaolin literally takes, what, like, It's like all lights now take 12 stamina or something. Shaolin now takes 36 stamina to throw his triple light, and 24 stamina to go into chi stance from the side anyway. Plus he doesn't even have his good top light anymore. So what does Shaolin even do anymore? Like, please buff, obviously. Right, so why am I leaving then? Like, well, not even leaving. Like, why am I questioning leaving? Again, I've still not sort of answered. I've explained why I'm annoyed, but I could say the exact same thing about every other update, right? The game is actively worse now. Like, it feels like Ubisoft are actually legitimately trying to ruin the game for people. That's actually how it feels. It doesn't even feel like they give a solitary shit. I'm probably not the first person to notice this, simply because it's probably fucking true, but if Ubisoft don't care, then neither do I, and it's just depressing, really. I care about the game. I still do, even now, even in its broken state. I still care. If they release an update, you know, it fixes it, it doesn't do these weird damage numbers, reverts it back to the days where, like, I don't know, like, Conqueror Heavies do, like, 8 damage or whatever the fuck they used to do in Testing Grounds, and it just reverted it to the old Testing Ground stuff. I'll be alright with that. Sure. I'll take it. It's better than this. It's literally better than more development time, somehow. The more development time you give them, the worse the quality of the update. I literally have no idea how the fuck that's managed to happen. Hope was fine, and then Tyranny was like, like, what? I don't get it. Tyranny took forever to come out. I don't know if they're trying to, like, over-perfect it. I don't know if they just keep reading more and more random things that new players put on their Reddit. I don't know. But it feels like the more time you give Ubisoft to make an update, the worse the quality of the update is in this game. Which literally doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever, but there it is. Does this mean I'll eternally hate the game? No. Of course not. Like, why the fuck would I? Honestly, even though I left Overwatch years ago, I still care about it a little bit. You know, still a sort of passion in my heart for it, because it's just one of those genres I like. It's one of those class-based shooters. I loved TF2 back in the day, I loved Overwatch back in the day, and, you know, I'll still keep up with it, even though Blizzard's a dead company to me. I don't care. The game's still there, and the history's still there. I still have those memories. They can stay. Absolutely, they can stay. But with For Honor, it's just the newest one to the collection of games that died, really, for me. Again, really depresses me. I really don't like that at all. I seriously dislike what they're doing with the game. Again, it feels just like they don't care. Have I repeated myself enough in this video for you to realise that I'm serious? I'm, like, legitimately, actually serious. Like, they don't care anymore. That's what I feel. They don't give a solitary fuck anymore about what people want. Otherwise, they wouldn't give this shitty, half-baked version of both the character and the update. They don't know when they're releasing anything, for no reason whatsoever. It feels like they have no communication. It sort of feels like the olden days, where we literally had absolutely no idea what was going on inside their heads at all for updates. They didn't say anything. They don't communicate with us in the fucking slightest. They just sort of release updates, and it's like, okay, here it is. They released a trailer earlier. It's like, cool. Do we have any say in what any of this is? No, apparently fucking not. Because the amount of people who, the day before the update released, in the early access version, plenty of people were saying, like, obviously, this is beta stuff, so if things change, then things change. And I really hope they do, because, wow, is this update an absolute fucking dumpster fire of an update that doesn't work. Zones cost more, even though that it literally makes no sense. I don't understand why zones can't just be another attack that characters throw out. The movesets are limited as they are. Why can't zones just be another attack? Who the fuck knows? But not only have zones gotten their costs heightened or whatever, but lights have, which are the only offensive option people seem to fucking care about. and then like just all this other shit. They've just made changes that no one asked for at all. No one asked for stamina increases ever. No one, literally nobody asked for that. The whole lights thing. There's a million ways that you can make it a lot more fair. Make chain lights cost more rather than neutral lights. Make it so that not every single light in the game costs 12 stamina. Maybe that would be alright. But no, they instead want to standardize everything to make it fucking more easy on them. They want to seriously laserify the whole game simply because they want to put less effort into it. And I can't be arsed. I cannot be fucked. If they don't care, neither do I. Simple as. They didn't care before, but at least it wasn't actively making the fucking game worse. Now it's literally ruining the game for me. Now do I sort of see where people are coming from. Now do I sort of see why so many people have been leaving the game. Before, I've been thinking, well, they're just weak-stomached, aren't they? Like, you know, hope comes out, like, people are saying, oh, it's the worst year ever, oh, it's awful, oh, what the fuck's going on, oh, everything's delayed, oh, it's awful, oh, coronavirus, oh, this, oh, that. And I was under the impression that those people were simply just twats that they didn't care for the game in the first place. They just wanted a reason to leave. But now, after such a continued stream of shit, and not only such a continued stream of shit, it's shit that, like, literally makes the game physically less enjoyable to play, and they know about it because they've heard so many people talk about it, yet they still make the update just go through anyway. It annoys me. It, like, seriously infuriates me to the bone that they've rushed out an update rather than just delaying it. Of course, this is all just me. You do not have to agree with this, like, at all. If you absolutely adore the game still, there's absolutely no hard feelings between us. I don't immediately have to hate you simply because you like a game. That's not how this works. If you like this update and you think it's, like, actually a good idea, or it's you know, it's fixed all the problems for you, absolutely, like, go ahead, fucking play the game more. That's alright. Same thing happened to me with plenty of other updates that no one else liked. I liked them, and I thought they were cool. So absolutely have fun with it. I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying this is awful, really, for me, and I can't stand it. It's just it's awful.